Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Researchers continue to piece together the fragments of ancient civilizations. We know how our ancestors farmed the land and built glorious cities 10,000 years ago. But what do we know about our ancestors' ancestors? Where did they come from? And is there a missing link to be found in Atlantis?
Author and alternative historian Michael Sarian believes he has found that link.
Atlantis is a perennial myth. It's fascinating, it's magical, it's interesting.
And check out these Mayan stone carvings found in Mexico. The figure appears to be riding a rocket, his foot pushing on an accelerator. His body position is nearly identical to that of modern-day astronauts. Another ancient visitor stares out from a rock in the Sahara Desert. And dozens more in Australia that some say look like astronauts.
A basic conclusion of my writings has been that those who gave mankind civilization were visitors to Earth from another planet. If I say extraterrestrials, it's a dirty word, but that's what they were. Many of them were depicted as birdmen with wings.
And if these birdmen or aliens had a laboratory, was it located on Atlantis? Michael Sarian says the original inhabitants of the island were cosmic guinea pigs.
The next step in the plan was to actually then go to the biological level and to hybridize, to create a transgenic experiment that would cross the alien DNA. This is DNA from completely foreign beings with the beings of the Earth.
Like Plato, Sarian blames the Atlantean lust for conquest for its eventual military defeat. But just how the island disappeared is another theory altogether. According to Sarian, the end came not in earthquakes and tsunamis, but in a flurry of mushroom clouds that lit up the heavens.
There has been discovered that, yes, our planet was host to unbelievable fury, from India to South America, to the Maya, to the Celts, to the Scandinavians, to the Australian Aboriginal, all talk about the unleashing of what could be described as a nuclear, global nuclear war on this planet.
A handful of Atlanteans survived, says Sarian, to spread their culture and pass on their genes. But all evidence of the technology that brought their civilization to a violent end was incinerated in the nuclear exchange.
But the idea of extraterrestrials fighting among themselves does not surprise me, because that's what we do, and I don't think there's an idea. The idea of them concerned about us leaving this planet and going somewhere to start anew is ludicrous, in my opinion, because if those entities, extraterrestrials, whatever we want to call them, are that smart to be able to get here with the kind of technology they have, they're obviously not going to allow us to go anywhere. But we've already proven what we can do. We mess up and destroy everything we touch, and then we kill each other. So I am sure that they are looking at our Earth and saying that these creatures are doing what they're doing to their own planet. They're not going anywhere. We're going to keep them right here and let them kill each other, but not coming out here where we are. So I don't think they're going to allow us to go anywhere. I doubt that we could even exist or survive anywhere else than the Earth anyway, because I think we probably are designed for this particular planet. But the idea that that there's a war going on among the extraterrestrials kind of fits with what the secret societies talked about, as above, so below.
Fala, filho da puta! Calma aí, mano. Porra, não sacar o bicho, cara. Aí, não falei que ele ia falar, ô. Vambora, porra.
All right, we're looking at the interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort of the aliens. The figure who is just barely visible in the left foreground is the telepath, and behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a military aide. The alien is seated behind a glass partition in a biocontainment area, which is maintained at biosafety level 2, the lowest designation. That's primarily for the protection of the aliens, not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien bug, it would have happened 50 years ago. In fact, all the indications are the aliens eliminated microbial and viral life from their own ecosystem long ago. They aren't susceptible to our diseases directly, but it has been shown that microbes can reproduce and form colonies within their respiratory systems, which tends to exacerbate the debilities they seem to suffer anyway in our environment. In fact, you can see here the alien is beginning to flag. The interview was not going well. The telepath was trying to clarify some points from a previous interview, but he wasn't receiving coherent responses. As you can see, the being is in real distress. At this point, the telepath is sending out a message to the medical staff. He's trying to communicate with the alien, but he's getting no response. There's very little he can do. There's no direct connection between his space and the biocontainment area. That's the aide stepping in on the right. The medical staff should be there by now. They're slow in responding. There they are. I have to say the medical personnel at S4 are less than first rate. They tend to be selected for their willingness to keep secrets rather than their medical competence. By the way, he's not shining that light into the eyes. It looks that way, but in fact he's checking for hemorrhaging around the eye sockets and in the nasal cavity. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to watch this.
What's your problem? I said, what's your problem?
How are you today, sir? Okay, how's it going? Fine, thank you. Thank you, sir. Here you are, sir. Thank you.